Awesome.
Oh,
I'm sorry, I dozed off there when you said Congress and politics.
right?
Well, it's not normally my favorite subject. I mean, it was a very intriguing
Kevin
show.
Spacey is fucking amazing in
He
it, and I'll
is.
just leave it at that.
Isn't it supposed to
Oh,
be
okay,
the?
okay. I know what you're talking about.
Isn't
Okay.
it supposed
No,
to
I
be the
haven't
new
seen it,
West
though,
Wing
no.
now?
I never watched West Wing, so I don't know.
So, Rodney,
Yes, ma'am.
how is your winter going?
It's almost over. Today was like we were outside in short sleeve shirts because it was, at 45 today. So, no, it was like 60 today.
Wow.
Yeah, it was like 60 today. So it was beautiful out. It's that's thong weather around here.
Was
Everybody's
it
out.
was it Yusu who posted a picture to his wife's page, or somebody did to his I love your wife, by the way, your lovely wife, but it was white eggs and white snow.
Yes, that was me.
About
Yeah, hiding the eggs in the snow, right?
Yeah.
The uncolored eggs.
That would
funny.
be awesome.
Yeah, that's how it goes. No, we actually have. I actually think the last of my snow melted last week. To be honest with you, but no, we hit all the colored eggs in other people's yards. So, that's always fun to have all the neighbors waking up and there's like strange children wandering around their yards.
Get off my grass.
Yeah, because usually it's just my neighbor's wife and me staring in the window. But it's different. Easter's different thing.
So
But no, the weather here, weather here's taking a turn for the better. So
that's good. We're glad that you're
Yep.
finally thawing out.
My
yeah,
my
me
brother.
too. So is my motorcycle. I've heard my motorcycle cry so often from my garage. It's not even funny.
Didn't you have it out a couple of weeks ago?
I had it out once. I swear to God, I had it out once, like 2 weeks ago, and 2 days later, it snowed.
You brought
And I
this on,
posted a
Rodney.
picture of it in my work parking lot, and somebody's like, "Is that snow behind it?" And there was like an 8-foot snowbank behind my motorcycle. I'm like, "Yeah, that's snow." So
Nice.
You brought this on yourself.
yeah, I know.
So what else?
Proud of living here.
What else is going on with you, Rodney?
Oh God, no! It's so funny that you texted me because I'm like, I was going to bed like a half an hour ago because it's Easter, right? And so everybody, the house of 4 kids, wander into Kerry and I's bedroom this morning at 6 a.m.
Ooh.
I almost killed all 4 of them.
That's why I don't have kids.
The Easter was almost a bloodbath, like right off the bat. It was terrible.
Christ
It's
is
terrible,
risen
yeah,
to slaughter
so
the children.
Oh my God, I'm exhausted. So yeah, so we've been out doing the whole going to have Easter with relatives you don't want to be around and stuff like that. So
So I was in the grocery store last night because that was my Saturday night, 10 o'clock at the grocery store. And there was a bunch of women in there, angry as hell. I mean, they were just like crabby, in a bad mood. They were like, I almost saw 2 fights. And then I'm standing in line and I told the checkout lady, I'm like, everyone's in a really bad mood, but then I figured it out. It's a holiday and they all have to spend the day with their families tomorrow. I think I would be pissed off too. And the fact that they're at the grocery store at 10 o'clock at night,
oh, it's terrible, especially if you're at the grocery store at 10 o'clock at night and you got 4 kids who are going to wake you up at like 8 hours.
Yeah, exactly. That's what. So when you said that, that's what it reminded me of. I'm like, yeah, that's why they were crabby.
When my daughter does that, I send her back up. Like, she will do that for Christmas. She's normally my child who sleeps in even more than I do. And when Christmas comes, I'm like, get back up there, or I'm getting rid of everything.
Well, we were ambushed. We had like all 4 came down, and I'm like, I had just like gotten up. I'm like, 6 o'clock, and you hear the thunder of the kids upstairs running around, and I'm like, and I'm oh, Carrie just like I was just about to get to that. Carrie just goes, don't forget about your morning boner, and so of course I wake up. I'm like doing, and I'm like, I'm just about to do my own, egg hunt, for the morning. But that 4 kids come bursting in, and my son lunges across me. I'm like, oh God, no. He's flat across me, and I'm just under there like, this is terrible. I know he's feeling this.
It's like the scene that you always see in the movies, The kid jumps out. Oh.
Listen, I hid some of the eggs in here in the bed. I need you to leave, or you do not get them.
Yeah, that's right. Get off my eggs. Right.
Do you guys hide Easter baskets? My mom used to hide mine. Did you have to do you guys search? Do you have your kids search for your Easter baskets?
My daughter does clues to get throughout the house. She has to find her Easter basket. And so she does clues, and she said this year, I want it really hard. Like, I want the questions to be like pi plus 2 equals, here's where to go next.
She
I'm like,
knows
I don't
who her
even,
mom is, right?
I'm like, you've got to go ask the neighbor if you want that. Like, don't ask me. I'm like, Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. I can do those kind of clues. Humpty Dumpty took a great fall into your toy box. Those are my
Toy
clues.
Basket behind chair. Like an arrow pointing to it. No, we just put them at each of the kids' tables, like place setting at the table. I'm like, this will be just self-explanatory, So
Chocolate
and
eggs
of
for
course,
breakfast.
right? And what's funny is like, when did Easter turn into Christmas?
It
Right?
did.
It's like,
It did.
That's what I want to know. When I was a kid, I had. Oh, she's blaming me. Yeah, okay. I got Carrie sitting next. So when I was a kid, right, and you got the 4-foot-long chocolate bunny, and that's what you did all day. You just gnawed on the bunny.
Hell yeah!
Right, for the entire day. And now this Christmas, see, I just called it Christmas. This Easter, my daughter got. Right? Happy Resurrection, Jesus. My daughter got a 5-finger Death Punch CD. A Pierce the Veil, like thrash metal shirt, and The Hobbit. And like my son got a book and a hand puppet.
Nice.
It's true. I noticed that today on Facebook when I was scrolling through. A lot of the kids' Easter baskets had like the movie Frozen and stuffed animals and coloring books. It was like hardly any candy. It was all like gifts.
My daughter's was no candy.
Yeah.
We don't do candy. It's all presents.
Yeah, I do a good mix. And because I see parents, I hated getting those pre-made baskets when I was a kid because it was like,
Right.
it looks so full, but it's got like one toy that's going to break in 15 minutes and a bunch of that crappy plastic Easter grass, and that was it, and like 2 candy bars. So I buy a basket and I make something for them, and I do a mix of candy and toys. But my kid's allergic to nuts, so there is only one chocolate bunny in the entire world that my kid can eat.
Right.
All the rest of them are completely useless to me, those fucking bastards. So those 4-foot tall Easter bunnies, he can't get that because those are made by a company that apparently doesn't believe in making nut-free chocolate.
But but now you have a thing, if he's a little shit, all you do is you fill his basket with nuts. and you're like, oh, see what happened? You really pissed off.
Yeah, Santa doesn't bring coal; he brings pistachios.
We have a neighbor.
Oh, look, it says footprints are a trail of peanut dust.
Nice.
We have a neighbor who, this little girl, one of my daughter's friends, and she's allergic to nuts and eggs and a whole bunch of stuff. And I always tell her, I'm like, sweetie, you have to remind me. Yeah, I don't always
kill you.
I don't always remember. And I'm like, and if your throat closes, my only option is to poke a hole in your neck, shove in a straw, just like I saw in Grey's Anatomy. And so I said, I can do it. And she's like, no, you can't. And I'm like, I saw it on TV, so it has to be true. And she's really freaked out. She's like, everything on TV is not true. And I'm like, this one is. I'm like, do not make me poke a straw in your throat. Just remind me that you can't have nuts.
See what I do? I coat my kids' clothes in peanuts and peanut dust, and before I send them to school, just in case one of the bullies has an allergy.
Uh-huh.
Then they're ready.
Bam. He's done. He's already taken care of.
Is your son's like a deadly allergy, or will he just swell up?
No, he's got an EpiPen at school, an EpiPen at home, an EpiPen at his dad's house, an EpiPen in the bag that we have to take everywhere.
Yeah.
And
But you know what? I hate to say it, but you're the one that all the other parents are like, so my kid can't bring fucking cupcakes to school for his birthday?
No, so it's totally awesome, though, because I'm not that parent, because I trained my kid when he was really young to ask first.
Right.
Before he puts anything in his mouth that someone else gave him, he asks them first. And if they say, I don't, it's
I'm
going
in a really bad place with that.
It's going to do him well in life later as well.
That's the total opposite of his mom, right?
No, I don't ask. I just put it in.
He's like, put it in.
Yeah. Is that the herp? That's all right. No, it's so he's like because drilled it into him. He's like anal about it. And if somebody says, well, I don't know, and he's like, can you check? And they say no, and he's like, I can't eat your cupcake.
And
That's what this little
that's
girl
the
will
other
do,
place
too.
I want to go to. Right now.
We went to IHOP, and she's like, I need a thorough explanation of what is in the kid's pancake.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like,
you
yes, at least you know.
when
Because
you-
I'll forget. If
So-
you're not used
Well,
to it,
that's-
you forget.
Why
See,
is
now
this?
you put the person who works at IHOP making $3.35 an hour like on the spot. They're like, I don't know what's in the fucking pancake.
Well,
mix.
they sent a manager over, and I'm like, this is serious. I don't have. I'd love if her mom taped an EpiPen to her back just in case. Like, I'd feel so much better if there was a little in case of emergency backpack on her or something. But
It comes with like every kid's meal now. It's
Like,
a
yeah.
little,
In the 70s, you never heard of this shit. I mean, and it's so common nowadays.
well, it's the enzymes in the dirt that change the composition of the nuts that make them more.
oh, whatever.
Yeah, it's
That's such a nerdy explanation.
sorry.
It's Al Gore's fault. Everything on him.
I'd rather
Fucking
that
Gore.
one or
Fucking Al
something.
Gore. Him and his environmentalist
Because of
bullshit.
aliens.
It's aliens, I tell you.
Yay!
It's Rodney's
that one works
fault,
for me.
It is everything's my fault. It's always my fault.
according to your wife.
Always.
So you're taking guitar lessons now. How's that going?
I am taking guitar lessons. I'm taking guitar lessons. My daughter takes singing lessons and sings in a band, and my son takes drum lessons. We're starting. Yeah, right.
The
Gary just
Osmonds?
did
Is that like the Osmonds there?
No, it's like a really terrible rush.
I like it. Tom Sawyer. Bust it out.
We're really awful. But no, I can play like the first 8 notes of like 10 different songs. It's amazing. So if we had like a recital, they've got a recital coming up for our music school, and I'm like, oh, they got people playing like Michael Jackson and AC/DC, Van Halen, and I'm like, listen, you need somebody to come in there and just fill for like 30 seconds, just these random samplings of notes that are thinking, I'm your guy. You know, I'd just be like, I just hop up there for 20 seconds and just play some crap. But it's going good, though. Kerry got me a guitar for Valentine's Day, so that was pretty
Aw.
awesome.
Awesome. Very sweet.
Can you share, Rodney, what you did on April Fool's Day to your son and your stepson? Can you share what you did there?
Well, I don't remember what I did. Wait, give me a hint.
Where you told them they didn't have school? I don't know if you told them
Oh,
it was
my
a snow
God.
day.
Oh, and I videotaped it. Oh, it was terrible. So, yeah, so my kids, and they should know this stuff, right? So my kids get up, my son gets up, and my stepson gets up, and they both go to the same school. And so I'm sitting out here, I'm drinking my coffee, and they Gary just left, and they come out, and I'm like, my son, I say, hey, no school today. He's like, what? And I'm like, no, water main break. I just got the email. And he's like, oh, that's where the water was coming from that was dripping from the ceiling. And now I'm like, what kind of conditions are you going to school in? I was just kind of joking, but all right. And I'm like, no, not a joke. And so, my stepson wakes up, and Cameron's like, no school today. He's like, what? I'm like, yep, no school, water main break. And they're like, oh, great. And so they're just completely settled in. Kerry goes to work, and at like 7:30, I'm brushing my teeth. I'm like, so what do you guys want for breakfast? And they're like, oh, we're not really hungry. I'm like, well, you need to eat before you go to school. And my son's face went from happy, jolly boy to this is why some animals, kill. That's how his face went. It's just like completely emotionless. And he just stood up and he walked past me, not a word, walked past me and got out a box of cereal and sat down. He was just so pissed.
He was
So pissed. And then my daughter, I don't know how my daughter didn't get expelled from school, because I stuffed her backpack full of, I've got all my books sitting here in boxes, right? And it comes with like the big bubble wrap.
Mm-hmm.
But not like the pop one. It's like they're almost like little pillows.
Yeah.
And I completely stuffed her backpack with that.
She didn't notice the giant backpack she was taking to school?
She had no idea. Have you ever picked up a kid's backpack these days?
Yeah, they're ridiculously heavy. That's why.
They're like the size of a small van,
Yeah.
right.
and they weigh just as much.
Yeah.
So I actually think adding the fluffy pillows made it lighter.
And what did she do when she got to school?
She gets to a locker and she pulls out like these 40 pillows, pulls them out of her bag, and just starts stomping on them
Oh.
in the middle of the hallway. Right? Now imagine you're in a class.
And you hear loud
And this is what
popping
you hear.
noises.
Exactly. I'm
School
like,
shooting.
ugh. As soon as she told me that, I'm like, oh, I'm the worst father on the planet. I just.
That's
Then what
terrible.
pregnancy thing?
Oh yeah, that was good too.
Yeah, the
Oh,
pregnancy one
yes.
was funny.
Yeah, I posted on Facebook when we were having a baby.
Aren't you both fixed?
People like, congrats. Meanwhile, I've had a vasectomy for like 10 years, and there's no way. And if you hear me bitch about children, there's no way I'm having another kid ever, 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 ever.
So you're a
And
pro-choicer.
all these people are like, congratulations. And it would be like, bullshit, April Fools, haha, very funny, haha, congratulations, bullshit, April Fools, bullshit. And I'm like, every fifth one was some idiot going, yay, you! And it's surrounded by bullshit, bullshit, April Fools, bullshit, bullshit. People are stupid. What are you going to do?
Not much,
But
really.
that's April Fools here, so.
Sounds exciting. What do
Yeah, and my daughter got a rubber rat in her potato chips for snack, so that was good too. So,
Nice.
do that.
Did anybody put any spiders in your lunch?
No, not this year. Not this year. No spiders. I didn't get pranked. See, my daughter's the one who does it for April Fools. Like last April Fools, I pulled in. My son and I were at karate, and we pull in, and all of my clothes are hanging out in the front lawn. They're hanging over the garage door. They're outside. I'm like, I'm honestly gonna kill her.
Well, she is your child.
Yeah, yep. Apple doesn't fall far, that's for sure. But what happened? I thought we were talking about transsexuals tonight. What happened?
I don't know what happened. We kind of got on Easter bunnies.
Wait, you
and-
want to talk about transsexuals? I will talk
I don't
about
know. I know that was a top
transsexuals.
topic, and all of a sudden, next thing I know, I'm talking about putting, rubber rats in potato chips.
Yeah, that's how this show goes. We start with a topic and we end with anal sex.
Oh, well, hey,
It
who
always
doesn't?
leads to anal sex.
That's the goal.
So, have you got any book tours or anything coming up with your 2 books?
Geez, no, I don't think so. I've got, well, what's funny is my book just made it out to Vegas. You guys know Murray Sawchuck, right? Out there?
Is he one of the comedians?
He's the magician that works over at the Tropicana.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's actually, stay tuned for this because this is going to be really cool. It's one of the coolest things I got. He actually messaged me the other day. He's going to be doing an illusion with my book and filming it.
Oh, that's cool.
Right?
That's very cool.
Awesome.
Yeah,
gonna make
considering
your
I
book
made
disappear.
his taste in good literature disappear, he could probably return the favor.
Do you have,
But yeah, so that's kind of cool. And then in July, I'm supposed to be doing a signing up here somewhere, but I honestly don't know the date of it, and it's a ways off. But that's pretty much all I got in the pipe right now. So,
you working on a 3rd book yet?
my publisher, editor, he's working on his own. So I sent him everything for book 3, everything, and he's like, "Yeah, I see it there." Oh, yeah, thanks.
It's
Thanks for
there.
jumping on that. Appreciate it.
Nice.
Yeah, but that's how it goes. But I don't know. Hopefully, it gets out there pretty soon.
Well,
Just all it's going to be is pictures, just graphics, comics. If you've seen my cartoons and stuff that I do on the blog, that's it's that kind of stuff. So
stick figures. I love your stick figures.
Is your goal to put out like 1 book a year? 1 book
no,
every...
my goal is just to put out.
Well, that's
your
our
But,
goal.
yeah, no, 1 book a year would be good. Poor Carrie. Carrie's only getting like the back half of this conversation. So she's sitting here playing Candy Crush, or who knows what the hell she's doing, and then she just hears me go, no, I just want to put out, and I get the glance over.
Well, it is Easter
this is
Sunday.
this is not news to her, by the way, so she knows that anyway.
Are you about to have some Easter sex?
No, I think we squared that away last night.
So pre-Easter
We had
sex.
Easter relations evening. Yeah, kind of, sort of. Kind of, sort of. I've been having like wicked ADD lately. We'll be in the middle, and I'll just be going, oh, where should we working Wednesday, or it's just terrible. My train of thought just goes haywire. I think last night I was actually thinking about where to hide the basket. is where I was going.
So
I'm like, I'm so sorry. Do you think we gave him enough chocolate?
do you like that? Do you think the kids will like the bunnies?
That's right.
You guys are still newlyweds. You shouldn't be having all that happening.
Well, I know. Well, I'm 45. It's gonna happen. It should happen.
Well, just think about it. In another, 10, 20 years, every time you guys have sex, you'll be having sex with a new person all over again.
That's right. I'll just completely forget who that is. I do that now, honestly. But
who's this naked woman in my bed?
That's all right. I'll go with
the dog. The dog sleeps with us, and that doesn't help.
Oh. Your poor dog, by the way, who you humiliate with puppets.
My puppy? Oh, isn't that awesome?
Jax?
Yeah. That chef has got to become a regular thing. That was hilarious. I laughed so hard.
It is, but now we not only have the chef, but we have a king and a policeman in the house.
That sounds like a good time at a swingers club.
It does.
Right?
It actually, well, not for me, but yeah, no. So yeah, I'm like, I love doing the hand puppet thing. It's freaking.
It's hilarious.
I don't know why. My kids get it, and then I spend like a half an hour every night saying goodnight to them via hand puppet.
Aww.
Oh, that's adorable and kind of creepy.
Put that on video. That is creepy. We went to...
Carrie's not a fan of me using it for foreplay, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't see
Talking
foreplay
to Carrie,
being
your alternate puppet ego.
Yeah.
Okay. But he ends up in the corner because he likes to watch. So.
That's also a little creepy. Tell everyone where they can find you if they want to tune into your hilarity.
Well, let's see. Well, I got both my books that are available on Amazon, and it's Rodney LaCroix, and my first book is Things Go Wrong for Me, and the new book, which is, honestly, guys, it's been now 5 months. Next week it'll be 5 months straight on Amazon comedy bestseller list.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'm pretty excited about that. And so that's Perhaps I've Said Too Much. That one's available on Amazon. And then my blog is midgetmanofsteel.com. And you can find me on Twitter and Facebook as Moog35. That's M6 O's G and the number 35.
Fabulous.
Yeah, it's getting there. It's getting there.
And can they, if they go to Midget Man of Steel, can they purchase your book or find a link through there?
They absolutely can, because I'm a publicity whore.
Awesome. We like whores.
I try to hawk.
No, we do like whores.
We do.
I
do.
Well, speak for yourselves, darlings. Thank you, Rodney, and thank your beautiful wife for putting up with us stealing you away for a half hour.
They said thank you for putting up with them.
Oh, anytime I miss you guys.
She misses you guys. So.
We miss you too, dear. We all need to come out and get drunk or something.
I know. We got to fire up a Kickstarter campaign.
Yeah, because that worked so well the last time.
As a thank you, maybe tonight you could leave the puppet out of the act. I'm just saying.
Oh, I know, but it's a king. He's royalty. He probably should be in there.
That's true.
You should start the act with the puppet on your penis.
Well, I always say
let's play hard the best
of it anyway, but
you can make it dance.
Look, he's so sad.
Oh, Rodney, thank you so much for being on. We can't wait to hear from you next month.
All right, ladies, thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right, bye.
Oh, Rodney, how much I love him. Oh. Off. There we go. Off. We got a new phone system. They doubled the buttons that I need to push in order to get a phone on. So that's awesome. Anyway, ladies, are you guys ready to go to break?
We are. We're ready for break.
Well, you've been listening to the Curvaceous Bounty of Sin City on VegasAllNetRadio.com, the final frontier of free speech. We just got done with the cock block, and we are trying to get our other guest on. We're trying to connect with them. We'll be right back after these few messages from our friends.
Alexia from the Curvaceous Bounty of Sin City Radio Show. Join myself and the ladies every Sunday night at 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern for real talk about real stories with real people. That's Sundays at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on your computers at VegasAllNetRadio.com, because they won't let us on regular radio.
Hello, hi, and how are you? I'm Bruce Riddell, the raging, ravishing, wayward wonder of the world. Join me on Hump Day for the middle of the week bump and grind with my trivial mind. Spend an hour with my voice as I talk hot topics, current affairs, upcoming events. I'll share friendly reminders and tidbits from Bruce. Call in live, 702-483